Well, hi, I'm Eric, and welcome to my Island Expats channel. Hey, I wanted to give you a quick update on my expat challenge. So as you recall, I asked for the viewer feedback as to where I should move to in the Philippines for me personally, based upon a list of the top 10 priorities I have. Let's look at that list real quick just to refresh our minds. Okay, so there's the top 10 things that I need. That's from my priority level, right? And now we're asking the viewers who have watched this video, which so far is coming up at just about 2,000 people have watched this video in the last 2 weeks, and they've given the following feedback. All right, starting at the bottom of the list, which is in 6th place, and there's a couple of these that are tied for 6th place. So number 6 is Tagaytay. So just a couple of hours from Manila, up in the mountains there, near the volcano, the Taal volcano, and across the lake in that area and all of that. It's cooler and a pretty place up there. I've been there before. So that's number 6. Surprisingly, tied with number 6, which I did not expect, is an island across from Dumaguete called Siquijor. And there was quite a few responses that came in from the viewers that said that could be a place to go. The one thing they said is just it's very sleepy, kind of quiet. So just be careful what you ask for. Also tied to number 6 is CDO or Cagayan de Oro, which the more I kind of study Cagayan de Oro, the more I kind of like some of the features of it. It has some beautiful areas. And apparently, if you live up in the mountains on the ridges and things, it can be a bit cooler. That's according to Rob from Fly Me to the Philippines channel, which is where he lives. And he did an exhaustive research of where to live in the Philippines, and that's where he chose. So CDO, which is Cagayan de Oro on Mindanao, is a really pretty place. It's got a lot of opportunity there. Economically, I think it's the 3rd wealthiest city of the Philippines. All right, so those 3 were tied: Tagaytay, Siquijor Island, and CDO. Number 5, and there's 2 tied for number 5, is Cebu City. Specifically, the IT park and the business park area downtown. So that could be an option. It's supposed to be easy from a transition standpoint is what people say. The Ayala Mall is there. And the call centers are there, so a lot of people speak English very strongly. And not far from there is Mactan Newtown. A few people mentioned that. That's closer out to the airport, the island near the airport, but that was another one that people mentioned in that area. Okay, tied for number 5 is Baguio. So as you know, Baguio was 4 or 5 hours to the north of Manila on the Luzon Island. And since it's up in the mountains, it's cooler weather. But from I'm getting the feedback from that there's kind of a cool vibe up there. It might be a little bit of a college town or something, but there's good restaurants, and it also is a very wealthy area. I guess a lot of the more well-to-do Filipinos have second homes up there and vacation up there. Okay, so that's number 5, Cebu City and Baguio. Coming in at number 4 is the Clark City area. It's got a couple of different names. Some people called it New Clark City. There were several other names that I guess the infrastructure has been developed quite well from the Air Force being there for so many years in that area. And a lot of people really like it. So that's coming at number 4. Tied with number 4 is Bohol. So as you recall, Bohol is in the Visayas, not far from Dumaguete, just a ferry right across. So that was another one that was recommended. And then coming in at number 3, I'm kind of surprised, but number 3 is Davao City. So the thing about Davao City is it's supposed to be very safe, very clean, very organized. I have not been there yet, but it does have access to both the ocean. So there's some coastal cities in that area, like Manny City and several others. And then you also have access to the mountains. There's some very beautiful waterfalls, hiking trails. If you go up in the area called Maragusan, up in the mountains. It's much cooler. It's kind of like a Baguio or Tagaytay, where at night it gets quite cool. So Davao City came in at number 3. And the number 2 spot, I'm just going to kind of combine this area because they're all right next to each other, is of course Dumaguete, Darwin, and Valencia. So as you recall, Darwin's just on the coast, a little better scuba diving, snorkeling, not far from Apple Island. Go swim with the sea turtles, and good snorkeling and diving. And then Valencia, which is just 15 minutes from Dumaguete City, and it's up in the mountains, and it's kind of like where the Sierras meets the tropical rainforest. Actually very beautiful. I've explored up there quite a bit. So that came in at number 2. Still one of my favorites. I've been there. And it just hits a lot of my criteria. The only thing I don't like about Dumaguete is the brownouts. And there's so many vloggers there already. I would just be another one, So that's definitely an option. And so we'll see where we go from there. Okay, the number 1 choice. Here we go. The envelope, please. The number 1 choice. By far, probably by a margin of about 25% above the Dumaguete area, is Iloilo. So, Iloilo used to be considered kind of a dirty city, and then the government there got really focused to clean it up, and now it's got great infrastructure and restaurants and malls, and that's really supposed to be a neat place. And then one thing I like about it is that on that particular province, and about a 2 to 3 hour drive from there, is Raja City, and Raja City is right on the coast. So you could live in Iloilo and have all the comforts of home, of a modern city, and then you want to go to the beach, you get a couple of options. I mean, there's several other beaches there, but that's one of them. You may recognize Raja City because the Canadian from that Philippines life, he actually moved up there and opened up a not just a beach house that he bought, but actually, and he's retrofitting and all that, but a restaurant and bar that he opened maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and it's called The Beaver, since he's from Canada, I guess. So he's up in that area, and that's what he chose. And when he shows his videos, I know a couple of times there's some pretty good surf there. So that could be kind of an interesting option. So I still need your feedback. We still have time to kind of direct this a little bit, especially since several of these cities are tied in the total number of response. And that's what I'm going by. So like if someone's mentioned Iloilo, like in this case, they mentioned Iloilo, I'm counting 11 times. So that's how it got to number 1. So we still have time for you to weigh in. I do have my ticket right now where I'm just basically flying to Cebu in Cebu City. That's where I'm going to start, and that's where I'm going to end. But then I've got a couple of week trip, and then what I'm going to do is follow this itinerary based upon your feedback. I'm also a little unsure on Sikigor. There's some stories there about witch doctors and things like that. I don't know if that's really what I'm looking for. But I don't know. Maybe some of you have visited there, but I know, is it Sunshine Shoulders? Yeah, he's got a beach home now there that he rents for $750 a month. And he's more based, his home is in an area outside of Bacolod City, which is the far side of the island that Dumaguete's on. It's on the other far side, which is just a ferry ride from Iloilo. One guy said, yeah, Tagaytay's cooler and nice up there. Actually, I've got a friend that just built a house up there. But the volcano's active, so that could be a problem. Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. So that's the list so far. I just wanted to update everybody. Please give me more comments so we can finalize this and I can get my itinerary book because now I got to start booking places. To that vein, if you know of a nice place to stay, hotel, Airbnb, condo, let me know whether it's, so the areas I'm looking for is Iloilo, number 1, Dumaguete area, Darwin, Valencia, then Bohol. I know Panglao is where all the resorts are, but I don't know that I want to stay in that area. I've heard various things about that. And the other one would be, I really don't know the Clark City area. I'm assuming it's somewhere up there near Pampanga and all of that, but I don't know that area at all. So if somebody knows that area, can recommend where I should check out, that would be really helpful. And then also in Baguio, if you know a good hotel or Airbnb. that's kind of where we're at. Oh, the other one would be, I'm pretty sure I'm going to, so I'm starting in Cebu. My ticket's there. So I'm planning to check out the IT park area for sure. So if someone's got a recommended hotel or condo, probably be in the area 3 to 5 days. I'd love to go south to Oslo and swim with the whale sharks, kind of capture that on video. And then once you're there, that's not far to cross over to Dumaguete and all the rest of the Visayas. That's the one nice thing about the central area there from Cebu as a launching point. It's very quick and easy to get to Dumaguete, Bohol, Iloilo, Siquijor, all of those areas. And then again, if there's something else that we haven't listed so far, feel free to put that in the comments and that'll be another place that I'll take a look at. Okay, so that's the update for this week. I hope that helps. You guys are telling me where to go. I just love to say that. Tell me where to go. I mean, how often someone says, hey, tell me where to go? Okay, whatever. I think that's funny, but maybe you don't. Okay, that's it. So let me know and hopefully watch the Expat Challenge video. If you haven't, make sure you check it out on this channel, Island Expats, and then watch that. And then don't forget to check out our weekly expat news. So that's where we give an update each week, every Sunday morning, U.S. time. Comes out first thing. And it's about expats and the vloggers and what's going on in that community. So some of the highlights, like things like new relationships, who got engaged, who got married, who broke up, who got divorced, or a little of the chit chat around that. And then just some fun clips that I've come across over the week. I'm constantly scanning these channels. There are so many channels about vloggers in the Philippines. Everyone seems to want to be one, apparently. I'm tracking on a spreadsheet over 100 channels. And every time I think I've got it all captured, I've seen every channel in space, another one shows up. And sometimes they've got a lot of subscribers or a ton of views. It's really interesting. Every time I think I've got it captured, I guess it's something with that YouTube algorithm. I don't know. I don't know what the secret of that thing is, but every time I think, okay, I've got everybody, at least I've looked at everybody, even some of the smaller channels, which I find interesting, and I throw it in there in the lightning round, especially. If it's a smaller vlogger and it's something interesting, I don't care. I put them out there. There's some really funny, interesting people, and there's some very different personalities. I mean, that's what makes YouTube kind of special. Your channel as a YouTuber is based upon your personality. So that's the brand. It's you, right? So nobody can copy that exactly. So it's interesting. That's why it kind of works. It takes some courage to leave your current country and culture. You have to have some motivation. There's got to be a reason why you want to get out of the US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. Those seem to be the 5 primary countries that people leave from to go to the Philippines. So there's something there is like an impetus that's pushing them forward to do that, right? But it takes courage to sell your things, simplify your life, make that decision, and put your family, whatever you have left as you get older, behind, right? You're making those choices. Make sure you vote. Let me know. I feel like this is American Idol or something. It's really not, because I don't sing very well. Okay, I won't even go there. Okay, anyway, make sure you put in the comments where I should go. Okay, so thanks for your feedback. My next video is going to be a total of all of these places and the final itinerary based upon that total. That's the next video. We'll do that in another week or two. So you got a week or two to get this in. Let me know. And if you've got any other feedback, let me know that too. All right, thanks for watching and appreciate you guys. Thanks for visiting Island Expats. Bye for now.